Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the second Bond film starring Sean Connery. It came out in 1963 and of course starring Sean Connery. The Bond film is called From Russia with Love. Now I was really excited to watch this film, let me tell you. Let me give you a little bit of my background. In case you haven't seen Dr. No, or in case if you have seen Dr. No, I have a full review on that film with no spoilers, so go ahead and check that out. I won't tell you what I thought of it, just go take a look. However, Casino Royale was my first Bond film. That was the one with Daniel Craig, and to me that was one of the best films I've seen. Not just a Bond film, but pretty much any film. Like, I was really blown away, and I thought, wow, I didn't know I could be so entertained by a Bond film. I really didn't know. Like, I knew they were good, but I never really got into them, just because of my age and so forth. And so when I was looking at From Russia with Love, I was really excited, maybe a little overly excited. I felt that I was looking for a lot, because with Dr. No, you're going to see my thoughts on that. I thought it was going to be stepped up a little notch. So I'm going to go through things. I'm not really going to go through spoilers, but I am going to tell you some elements that I like and didn't like about the film, and finally give it a score at the end. So the beginning of the film was really interesting because I was like, whoa, now there's like a spy thing going on, and that's what I wanted to see a little bit more of, because we do see Bond as more of like, in the first film I didn't see him much as a spy who's like really infiltrating. Yes, at times he did that, but it was more like a kind of an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of going, they're not guns blazing, but it's more like, I'm the action hero, let me go in here. Instead of the beginning of From Russia with Love, where it was more of a spy and he was coming in, only to know that it was a mask, and it was like, what? Like, I didn't like that. Not that I was tricked, but the fact, I just thought it was kind of cheesy. I don't know, I didn't like that element. I would like to know your thoughts on that. Then we finally come to the idea of Spectre, and we start to learn what Spectre is, and we start to learn about the villains and the whole cat and the evil organization. I was really excited because I was like, wow, I'm going to learn more about this organization. I'm going to know a little bit more about what happens. And then at some point it's just kind of abandoned, and then it gets into the story, and then at the end we see a little bit more of it and the film ends. And I'm like, I like that they introduced it, but I felt like it was a little bit forced. I thought it was going to be seen more throughout the film. Unfortunately it wasn't. Now with the main villain, all I'm gonna say when I saw him, I was like, super soldier? Is he a robot? Like, I don't really understand. That wasn't really answered. I guess I can say he wasn't really a robot because of what happened at the end. But anyway, there was really no indication. Personally, I didn't get this doom and gloom villain type feeling. I did with Dr. No, because it was like he was a mysterious figure. We only saw him for a little bit, and when we did, he was kind of menacing and he was weird and mysterious. However, this film, I didn't get it at all. I didn't connect with the villain at all. I didn't think the part was very good for the most part. However, we did see more of Bond the romantic. Not that we didn't see it in the first one, but here was a lot more. And we see him as a womanizer. It was kind of good to see Connery in that part, kind of like a nonchalant, don't care type of guy, and I kind of like that. There's a scene where he throws his hat, and again, it catches itself on the hat rack. It's very reminiscent to the first movie. I love that. Hopefully they keep it going throughout the series. It was really cool that we do get to see Q, and we do get to see, you know, this guy or this person who invents all of these things for Bond.
Ordinary black leather case with 20 rounds of ammunition, throwing knife. Press that button there.
Yeah, it's a nasty little Christmas present.
Concept was pretty cool. I guess it was like the first time it was done, so it wasn't, to me it wasn't that original, but I was trying to put myself into the 60 frame of mind of like, okay, maybe this is the first time this concept came up, so it wasn't that bad. There was a very similar incident to Dr. No where we see James Bond being picked up at the airport. It was coded so that we knew that he was being picked up by the right person. I did like that touch as well in the beginning. He kind of figured it out, but he got in with the Spectre agent and got in trouble. But I did like that little touch in this. There was a lot more Bond music when he was like walking around and doing things, which I did like. In Dr. No, it's not that much. It's like you have to really wait for it, and they're sprinkled only a little bit. Here you see it a lot more. It's not overdone. I think it's great. I think they should do that with more of the series. Not overdo it, but just enough for us to get that taste that Bond is around. Okay, now one of my biggest gripes with this movie was that gypsy fight. I guess you guys will understand what I mean. I know what the purpose was. I know it was a fight between the good and the evil and so forth, but I didn't like the way it was done. I didn't like how Bond was involved and how it was like him and a group of people versus someone else. I just didn't like the dynamics of it. It wasn't really a great fight to me. I didn't understand it. It didn't click with me. It didn't connect with me. It wasn't my favorite part of the movie. I wanted to go and just fast forward it. There were a few cool things. There was an elongator type gun thing that Bond had. It started with a small gun. He added like a scope, and then he added like a stock, and he added a barrel, and then a silencer, and it grew and grew. That was really cool. That was a unique concept that I did enjoy. The filming locations were awesome. We got to see the Hagia Sophia, such a beautiful building in Istanbul, Turkey. Shooting locations were good. I have no doubt that they paid tons of money to go there, and they did a great job with that. So I do commend them for doing that. I do think there were great jokes here and there. There were a lot of missed opportunities. I felt like at times like, whoa, they could have done this, or they could have done this, or why'd they do this? I don't know if they were going strictly in the Ian Fleming novel. Maybe they were. But again, I think for film, they could have just made it a little bit more exciting. To me, there was a lot of dialogue. It was a little bit dry. I wanted to see a lot more pacing. For me, the pacing wasn't as great because it was very slow, and I felt like it was dragged out, almost like they were trying to fill up a certain duration of movie time instead of just telling the story more organically. As I said before, Grant, the villain, was very underwhelming, at least to me. There was nothing unique about him, even Dr. No. Later, I'm going to review Goldfinger, and I'll tell you my thoughts on him, but I don't think this villain hit it on the head at all. Yes, there was a cool copter versus Bond scene that I did like. It was a really cool ending. I did think that was great. But then all of a sudden Spectre comes back, and then you have this weird maid, and it was an unusual scene. It kind of comes out of nowhere, in my opinion, with a couple minutes left in the movie. I don't know if that was on purpose to surprise us. I guess it was. I don't know if it worked too well. It felt like things were disjointed. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if multiple people directed this film, but it kind of felt like that. Like it was just jumping around. There was not a lot of cohesion. It was just like stuck together in a way with like loose threads. I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me. And then of course at the end you do see that Bond gets the girl and he makes it out, very similar to Dr. No. I do like that tying of the scene where they're both in the boat, they're both left kissing, and then the story ends and they kind of drift off. I like that. That was great. But here's my time to rate the film. I went back and forth over how I wanted to rate this film. Let me tell you, this is not a film that I would really be eager to watch again. If you're a big Bond film, I would say, yeah, go watch it. But I would say this is not one of the strong ones that I've seen. Of course, I've seen Dr. No, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace. I've seen Skyfall, and I am finishing up watching Spectre, the new one. I haven't seen a lot of the older ones, but I can tell you, just seeing Russia with Love, I was very much overwhelmed, and I'm going to give this film a C+. Again, there were some good elements, but to me it just didn't stack up to Dr. No. I think Dr. No was a much better film, and I was surprised. I guess people say, well, the sequels aren't that good. Well, you have Back to the Future 2, you have Dark Knight, and so it is possible to make a part 2 or a second film that is better than the first. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your ideas, guys and gals. I really do appreciate it. Again, this is my opinion. I want to hear your thoughts. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget, be hopeful.